Hello everybody and welcome back to another No Man's Sky video with me, Caster, and in this one we are going to go through everything Exocraft in No Man's Sky. Now, I did a video about Exocraft a while ago, and since then there have been some upgrades to these Exocraft, not many but some, and I wanted to make a more clear and defined video about Exocraft. Some people use these, some people don't. Some people see them as glorified storage units. I personally do use these. I mainly use the roamer for planetary exploration. I quite enjoy using it as you know, it gets you across quicker, it's fun to drive for me, etc. Some people use the nomad quite a lot because of its its differences in how it works compared to these two. It's a hovercraft, it can go over water, for example. I think most people that I've spoken to use the Minotaur as their main Exocraft. Because of its versatility, it protects you from all damage, etc. But there are other things that these different Exocraft can offer you. So the roamer is typically the first one players unlock in the game, as far as I remember. It's an all-rounder, well suited for general exploration, traversing most terrains, and it has a medium-sized inventory. So not the biggest, we'll come on to the biggest in a bit, but not the smallest either. And I like the look of it. I like the fact that it's kind of car shaped. It's four-wheel drive. I've actually customized this one. We'll come on to that in a bit. Next we have the Nomad, a fast and agile hovercraft that can glide over land and water. It's excellent for reconnaissance and reaching distant locations quickly, but has a smaller inventory than the Roamer over there. Then we have the Pilgrim, this one here. I do like the Pilgrim as well. I've used it less than the Roamer, but I do like it for traversing different worlds. Can't really be used in water. It's the fastest land-based Exocraft, ideal for covering large distances rapidly. However, it has a limited inventory and struggles with water. The Colossus, that is obviously the giant one here. The Colossus is a large, slow-moving vehicle with the largest inventory capacity of all the Exocraft, making it perfect for extensive resource gathering and base building support. It also has an option to fit a specific piece of tech, a refiner unit, allowing you to refine materials on the move, a bit like your personal refiner, your Mark II really. If we take a quick look at that, is it like the Mark II? Here it is, the old personal refiner. Yeah, so actually it's better than the Mark II. You can put 3 different materials in there, a bit like a large refiner, and refine on the go. So that's pretty decent. That's a nice bit of technology there, exclusive to the Colossus. Then we have the Nautilon. And this is a submersible Exocraft designed exclusively for underwater exploration, combat, and resource harvesting. Some of those new resources that came out during Worlds Part 2. And it allows players to explore the ocean depths with ease, and it is very good. I'm on a water world here, and I've travelled here for this specific reason, so I can show the Nautilon off in all its glory on this wonderful water world. And last but not least, we have the Minotaur, probably the most used Exocraft by players I've heard in the game. I'm using the Liquidator armor here to show this off. You can get this by completing the Liquidator's expedition. They reduxed it over Christmas. I'm not sure they'll do that again. And this is what it looks like without it. Just a normal exosuit or exomech Minotaur. You also get another suit for this, which comes with when you complete the Trace of Metal missions, but that is blue, and it's a bit different to the Liquidators one. I obviously really like the Liquidators one. I don't mind this one so much either, but in my opinion the Liquidator one is the best one. So the Minotaur is a powerful exosuit-like Exocraft that provides inherent protection from all environmental hazards when you're in it. It can be upgraded with weapons and a jetpack for enhanced combat and traversal capabilities. Notably, it is also amphibious, moving at the same speed on land and underwater, excluding the unique underwater maneuverability of the Nautilon, of course, because that is specifically designed for underwater. This isn't specifically designed for underwater, but we will check that out in a bit to see how well this actually works under the water. So how to unlock Exocraft, I hear you say. Well, one way of doing it is to do the expand the base missions, the secondary mission for the overseers in your base, and then they will give you the terminal like they do with the scientist guy who's here and the weapons guy. They'll give you the terminal, and then you go and you recruit an Exocraft dude and then he will unlock the geobase for you as you do his separate missions. I haven't done that here because I didn't really need to. I unlocked them another way. I went to the construction research station in the anomaly here, and I unlocked all of the geobays, and I unlocked the Exocraft summoning station from this area here. Here is the orbital Exocraft materializer that I'll come on to in a bit as well. You can unlock that from here. So the Nautilon gets the Nautilon chamber and then the Nautilon platform. I had the Nautilon platform on the world that you saw a minute ago. So that's one way of unlocking these. And while we're here in the anomaly, it is good to know that if we go over to Mr. Percy's here and speak to him, he is the guy who will give you the upgrades for your Exocraft. Now, the Humboldt drive and the high-powered sonar and the Tethys beam and all these things here, the dredging laser, this bit here is for the Nautilon only. Then we have a section over here which is for the Minotaur only. So the Daedalus and the Minotaur laser, you can see it there, and the environment unit. So it's this section here is just for the Minotaur. This section, fusion engine, all the way down to these mining lasers here. This section is for the Nomad, the Pilgrim, the Roma, and the Colossus. The only thing to note here is that this mineral processing rig, which came along in Worlds Part 2, is only available to fit in the Colossus Exocraft, and it does say it there on the mineral refiner processing rig. So just be aware of that. There are certain things for the Minotaur, certain things for the Humboldt, and then this lot here is for the other 4 Exocraft: Nomad, Pilgrim, Roma, and Colossus. Apart from the processing rig, just for the Colossus. They also all get a mounted flamethrower unit here. We also get some advanced Exocraft lasers. So over here you'll see that we have a Minotaur bore. Now that Minotaur bore is basically your terrain manipulator for the Minotaur. The dredging laser is the terrain manipulator. As you can see, Nautilon terrain manipulator there for the Nautilon. And then we get one here as well for the mining laser, which I think is this one here. However, it doesn't actually say it there. It does say this is a dredging laser for the Minotaur bore. But I have this fitted in my Roma, and it does excavate the minerals you usually use the terrain manipulator for. So just be aware of that. The Minotaur array also will fine-tune to specific buildings. And the same here for the high-powered sonar for the Nautilon. But the other 4 get the Exocraft radar here, which is like a signal booster. And then it gets a couple of upgrades, which scan by 100%. So you get a couple of upgrades for the what I'm going to call the regular Exocraft. You get a couple of sonar upgrades for those, which allow you to detect further away buildings, etc. And the Minotaur also has the environmental control unit. This will make you impervious to all environmental hazards. So the standard Exocraft, they have the the thermal protection, the toxic protection, the radiation protection, and the thermal protection, which you need to fit in there, which will protect you from these hazardous worlds as part of the Exocraft, as where this just protects you, makes you impervious to all of them. Part of the Minotaur, which I think is one of the reasons why people prefer the Minotaur as their main Exocraft. The Nautilon doesn't have any of that because mainly you're in water, so you're kind of protected from those things anyway. You might get a bit of heat and all that sort of stuff, but you should be fine. It's pressure you want to worry about when you're going down into the deep depths. As long as you have the protections in your exosuit, you should be fine as well, going into any hazardous environmental area. Just to note as well that the Nautilon can actually be unlocked by doing Dreams of the Deep. So another secondary set of missions here. You investigate the signal, you go find it, and eventually it will give you the geobay or the blueprints for the Nautilon. While we're here in the anomaly, it's also a very keen note here. Iteration Saline You go up to her. She has the exosuit upgrades, and there's a really important one here, I think, for the Exocraft, which is the Exocraft summoning unit for your exosuit. Now, this really is a late game piece of technology because you need the activated quartzite and crystallized helium to fit this. You'll only get those in purple systems, so you only unlock purple systems very late game, or just actually late game. It's the last set of primary missions that you do to unlock those. And this will allow you to summon Exocraft from anywhere in a galaxy instantly. So very good piece of kit there to put it in. And that leads us on to summoning Exocraft. And this is probably the best way to do it. Grab this Exocraft summon unit from Saline and fit it into your exosuit, and you'll be able to summon them anywhere once you've built the geobay for that Exocraft in that galaxy. This was another piece of equipment that was introduced as the World's Part 2 update. So new for Exocraft. However, before you get to the late game, unlocking those purple systems and grabbing that summoning unit for your exosuit, which I have in here somewhere. There it is, the Exocraft summoning unit. You can first build this, the Exocraft summoning station, which you can pick up with you and then build wherever you like, because it is portable technology, just like the geobays. They are also portable technology. And this will allow you to summon an Exocraft anywhere on that planet. So if you've got a base on a planet, build this next to it, and away you go. You can summon Exocraft anywhere on that planet. You can then pick it up with you, take it to another planet, and build it over there. And then summon your Exocraft on that planet as well. Nice bit of kit there. Early game, very nice for summoning your Exocraft. And if you have a freighter, you can have this Exocraft materializer, which is... there you go, orbital Exocraft materializer here. This will allow you to summon any owned Exocraft while in the same system as your freighter. So it's an entire room in your freighter, and you don't need to press it to bring in the Exocraft. You just do your summoning down below here, go to your Exocraft, and you can summon them in the same system. So very nice sort of mid-game there. You're able to bring your freighter into a system and summon in your Exocraft in the same system your freighter is in. So yeah, really good way of summoning your Exocraft there. So that's the 3 ways that you can summon your Exocraft whilst out exploring. So let's talk a little bit about customization. Now you can customize your Exocraft. As you can see here, I've done it with my robot already. I've gone for black and white, a few decals on there, some purple on the back and on the boost there, whilst the others are the standard colours that come when the Exocraft are first built. Excuse the storm here. I'm on a very stormy planet. So how do we customize? Well, what we'll do is we'll go across and we'll go into the build menu. I'll come to a different world to do this. Let's place down the Nomad here, and we can summon the Exocraft from this geobay, of course. But here is the Exocraft modifications. Let's have a quick look. We've got the paint, we've got the cockpit, we've got the left panel, the right panel, the engine cover, and the boost module. The paint, of course, just changing the paint. You know, it is what it is. The cockpit, we can actually put some decals on here. So we've got some numbers and some different artworks, if you like, and some symbols. But that's all it really is. And then we did do the same with the left panel, right? So there's just different things here that we can put on. 24 different options. Is it a massive options? No, not really. Am I really all that fussed about doing some of this? Not really, but there you go. There's the customized changes. We can't customize what the Exocraft actually looks like you can do with starships now, and I'm not sure that's ever going to be a thing. I think it'd be great if it was, but I don't think it ever will be. But we can make it our own by putting decals and color customizations on, as you can see there, which I don't think it looks better already, but you know, each to their own. So all their geobays have reloaded back in, which is wonderful. I wish it had already done that when I came back, but hey ho. One more thing to mention about the wonderful Minotaur here is that you can get an AI unit for this. So this is the AI unit. Looks something like this, and if we put it in here, we'll chuck us out, and now he will basically follow us around. Hey dude, how you doing? Follow me around. And if I'm in a battle, he will help us in that battle against Sentinels. or against some monstrosities or whatever it may be. And we can just turn that off by going back in and taking that out. That's why it was out in the first place, to be perfectly honest with you. I've fitted in the liquidator body here, and this comes with an artificial autopilot plug-in. So there's already an autopilot in this one, so you don't have to have the autopilot fitted if you have this mech suit upgrades. And look, there's the jetpack. That's really cool. This is why it's people's favourite. Also, we have the laser there. We can switch that out for the cannon. Boom, boom. And play it. Oh, no, that's the terrain manipulator. Look, which you can actually use on anything. Not just resources, but actually anything. And then we've got the flamethrower, which is actually not charged. We also have a stun cannon, which is like the paralysis mortar, which is really cool. And then we have the flamethrower, which is a new thing brought as part of the liquidator update, as far as I remember. It does go down in charge very quickly if you don't have any upgrades on it, which I don't currently. The liquidator left arm actually comes with the stun projectiles. I don't think this has it if we take it out. Does it? No, it doesn't. I didn't think it did. So that is a function of the liquidator mech only. This is called the liquidator mech. But it does look really cool. I do really like this one. So the Nomad, very light, can go over any terrain with its hovercrafting abilities. I do need to get some more upgrades for it should I want to use it some more. But let's test it out on the water as well. Let's summon it in using our... Oh, look. No, we can't summon it in on the water. We can summon it here, though. Right, can we then jump in it and go into the water? Yes, we can. So I couldn't summon it on the water. I had to be off the water, but yeah. Here it is. On the water. Very nice. So any terrain for that bad boy. Do like that a lot. So while we're here, let's try out the Nautilon. And good, because I did want to show what the fuel required is here. So the Humboldt drive for the Nautilon takes hydrothermal fuel cells. Now the normal Exocraft, the Nomad, the Pilgrim, the Roma, the Colossus, they take carbon, condensed carbon or oxygen as fuel as far as I remember. Now let's dive down. Okay, dive down to the depths. I did just have to move it simply because there was a bit of a glitch going on, but we are diving relatively quickly here, straight down. Already at a depth of 300, 400. We are now at extreme pressure temperatures. We are now at extreme pressure as we continue to dive down to the seafloor, and we are at 800. I've been further than this. I think the most I've been was 1,200. I know some people have been further than that. I mean, we can continue to go down here. If we have a look, we've got the Nautilon cannon, the dredging laser. The dredging laser is the thing we're looking for. We can also do a scan here to pick up minerals, and this is what the other Exocraft can do as well. Pick up the minerals through scanning. Looks like there's a quartzite deposit down there as we continue to get deeper here. 1,000 U down now. And the dredging laser, let's use it. Yeah, see, works as the terrain manipulator. And there's one thing I have to say now. I love these underwater worlds in No Man's Sky. I mean, what a beautiful thing they really are. But yeah, the dredging laser working just as a terrain manipulator would on your multi-tool or in the Minotaur. One thing about the Nautilon I have a problem with is that getting back up, I can't seem to just make it go up in a straight line with my controller here. I don't know why it goes up at a little angle. It goes straight down. Can't seem to go straight up. Unless I am going straight up. I don't think I am though. Let's check it out. Oh no, I am. I am going straight up, I think. No, I'm not. If I press A, it jets it straight up in a straight line. So there you go. I'm on my Xbox controller. I press A and it goes straight up. into a straight line. I haven't used the Humboldt as much as I wanted to recently, so I am learning on the go as well. It's also good to know, just in case you don't, that if you are going into those deep pressure environments, the pressure membrane is a must. So is the aeration membrane and some of these S-class deep water upgrades as well, because you're going to need them. Make sure they are S-class. I've come to this absolutely terrifying mountainous world. High radio frequency here. Going to bring in the Minotaur, which has dropped into the water. I did try to summon this on that water world, and it did not work. It would not summon in. I tried to summon in the Minotaur on the pads that I had, sort of above the water, but to no avail. There was a... What the hell is going on here? Oh my word. Stuff is happening. But we are walking in water. And yeah, it is not slow at all. So it is the same as if it was walking not in water, on the land. As we jump in. Wish we'd displace more of the water. But I just couldn't get it in on that water world. I really wanted to try it at those massive depths. Let me know if you have tried it at those massive depths. And if it has worked for you. But yeah, that's pretty cool, the fact that it does that. I never tried it before. And I've got thousands and thousands of hours in this game. And I've never tried this part. So if I get out of it, leave the autopilot on there. I'm going to get in my ship. I'm going to go to another planet. I'm going to see if it follows me. Yep, there he is. Dropped out the sky. Hello, Mr. Minotaur. How are you today? So yeah, follows you from planet to planet as well, which is very nice. And yeah, this is definitely one of my... It's probably... This and the Roma are my favourite Exocraft. I know some people just think of these as useless, glorified storage units. But I personally do find these useful. I think that they are great for traversing the world. They're indestructible. They can run things over. They're good for resource collecting. You can now harvest all of the minerals that you normally use the terrain manipulator for. You can scan for items and pick them up. And I think they just add something different to the game. They add traversing the world a bit different. If you're sick of just running around traversing the world that way, then it is much easier. So let me know what you think. Glorified storage units or actually add something to the game. I really like the Exocraft. I get on with the Roma very well. Traversing like that, picking up materials, makes it much easier than just running around a planet constantly. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you didn't know much about Exocraft, hopefully you've learnt a bit. If you did know stuff about Exocraft already, then thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. Take care out there.